and the double clap signifies the start of an episode. And I gotta keep my voice relatively down for this episode because I am currently at the brand new Four Seasons building in Boston, Massachusetts. Take a look. There's the Prue. Can you see it? There's the Prue. And then, it's the Hancock building. This is like the new tall tower in Boston. That super tall blue one. You see the sunset? Here, I'll show you the sunset. Fuck. Take a look. Can you see it? Look at that. And funny enough, I just watched my birthday podcast from last year. I was at like the Colonnade Hotel or something up the street, and you could see the building I'm in up the street. This building was up the street in the last video. And guys, it's Saturday, December 21st, 4:10 p.m. And in about an hour, I'm gonna go over to the Bleacher Bar at Fenway where I'm throwing another event, the Golden Deer Productions reunion. And tomorrow is my 29th birthday. And so I've said this a bunch, but I haven't said this a bunch. I just need to chill the fuck out. I have done a birthday podcast at least the last 2 years in some sort of check-in since I was like 23 or 24. And I've always worked on my birthday, and I can't believe that I'm turning 29. Honestly, I feel like I can't believe we're already back in this seat. Like, I was trying to reflect on the last year of like what happened, and I was listening to the podcast from last year, and like, you get older and time does certainly move faster. Your relationship with time changes. And I have the same exact structure for a podcast this year. I'm going to reflect on the one from last year. I'm going to talk about what happened this year and then some of my goals for this upcoming year. And we're throwing a big party. It's not as big as the one last year. From what I'm seeing, I had 393 RSVPs last year. This year we're close to like 250, 260, but I didn't push as hard because the venue's a little smaller. I think if I wanted to, I could have gotten there, but the event is a little smaller tonight. After this, I'm gonna go over there and throw the event. One thing I will tell you what was sick is we did get the Conrad marketing on the Fenway Park Jumbotron, which was sick. Because you guys know I've always wanted to be the guy here, and it made me feel like I was the guy here, for sure. And let's just fucking get into it. So again, I'm going to start off talking about the podcast last year, and then we'll get into kind of what happened this year, and then my goals for this upcoming year. Now, I listened to the podcast from last year. Let me put my hat off so you guys compare and contrast my hair. I still don't even know what I'm doing with my hair here. And I certainly had the broccoli cut, and I was fresh off a really bad breakup with my shorty, finding out that shit went down. And that was still on my mind a lot this year. I don't think I've still really processed it, and I'm not trying to be soft, but that was actually like a pretty central theme of this year was like my relationship. And I was still giddy though. I was still excited that I was coming home and throwing this event, and I had the movie, and the movie was shot, and we were in post-production. And my goals last year were, from my understanding, was to shoot Conrad, have the proof of concept done, and then make $250,000. Now the proof of concept is done, as you guys know. It's been done since like May, and we premiered it at the Castle. So that was my goal at the start of the year, which we hit. And I definitely did not make $250,000 this year. With the Castle, I think I raised close to like $32K for the Castle. I got a $10K loan from someone, but like $32K for the Castle. And dude, I was dogging it on money again this year. But anyway, let's talk about the podcast last year. And then where we were at. So I had started the Snake Pit last year. We were coming off a full year of the Snake Pit, and I kept categorizing last year as momentum. Like 2023 was all about momentum. It was the truth. I had $6,400 in my account. I have about $1,800 today. I started the Snake Pit. Conrad was in post, and my goal is to get 250K all year, 250K income. And I had said money was a problem all year, and we pulled it off being broke. That was like my big thing. And I'll tell you, I pulled it off being broke again this year, guys. One thing I've learned is I always get the job done, no matter what. I have been pulling it off broke for a long time. I went broke multiple times this year. And for this year, it felt harder because I was like, dude, I'm 28 now. Like, why am I still having these money problems and going for my goals? Why is this not how the universe works? And I had these really frustrated, period where I was like, how am I this guy making this movie, throwing all these huge parties, but it's not hitting my bank account? Like, why is that happening? And then what I realized was I hadn't prioritized learning. That was a big thing for me this year, as I started listening to audiobooks and trying to apply the stuff I was learning in audiobooks, and also asking Dane questions, asking Cyrus and Ethan questions, and trying to change my game. Anyone who sees what's going on from the outside probably thinks I'm rolling in dough. I have not all year. I've continuously just not quit and kept pulling it off. Now, I did get a taste of real money at the end of this year when I started training people, which we'll talk about. And I'm hooked, bro. I'm ready to really get to the fucking bag this year. My goal again this year is 250K. I think I can easily do it with where Conrad's at. Is like getting paid once Conrad gets financed, getting paid for that. And then also growing the training business. The training business right now is making anywhere from like $6,500 to $9K a month. I think I can really scale that, get 5, 6, 7 clients at $2K a month, make anywhere from 10 to 14K a month. And then I'm good on money. I'm good. I can produce. I know how to manage my time. That's a big thing. Currently, again, my net worth is down like 5K in the past year, but on paper, we're in a way better spot than we were this previous year, even though a lot of the times it didn't feel like it. I didn't miss throwing an event. We throw an event pretty much every month. I finished the project. I pulled the castle off. And I've slowly becoming more legitimate industry-wise, which is really important to me. Like, my career is so important to me, guys. This rise is everything to me. And it's a little alienating, but I also realized after pulling off the movie, like, I was gifted a lot of skills, and I need to help people using my skills. I have a busted left shoulder right now, which I'm kind of bumming about. I hope it's not a torn labrum, but I'm in great shape. I haven't missed a day of working out all year. And I was a machine again this year, guys. And I don't think this will ever stop. I think I'll be a workaholic the rest of my life. And I might seem like very, what's the word? I might seem very monotone right now. It's just because I have to be quiet because I'm in this like waiting area, this lobby. But this year was another year. Like, if last year was the year of momentum, this was the year of perseverance and keeping it going. Because most of this year, I didn't feel like keeping it going. I was like, why is my bank account still like this? Why do I still have to keep facing these problems? And I saw this Alex Hormozy quote where he was like, if you're working every hour of the day and your bank account's not changing, you're probably doing the wrong things. And that's what I learned. I was like, maybe I'm actually just being stupid. Maybe I'm not seeing reality the right way here. And I think that's been a big thing this year, which isn't a bad thing. I think I've realized, stay delusional about your goals, but you do have to operate in reality a little bit. You got to realize how these things work, how negotiation works, how money works. And as hard as it's been, I love the grind, bro. I love seeing how far we've come. Seeing ourselves on that billboard, on the Jumbotron at Fenway, I was like, bro, I'm like becoming the guy here. Like, this is actually happening. This is what I wanted since I was 16. And like, I'm slowly becoming this guy here. And it's all been organic. I do not love acting at all. I love producing though. I don't love acting. I love producing. Right now, where Conrad's at, so we have a potential co-production deal from a company called Futuristic Films. I got the lead. I'm hoping come January, we can sign the deal with all parties, Dane, the Kung Fu Panda guys, etc. And then they're going to go shop the project and try to get us financing. I'm still voicing Conrad, but if there was an A-lister to come along, like Robert Pattinson, and he's like, or Timothée Chalamet, and they're like, hey, I want to voice Conrad, I would give it to them, 100%, and I would just produce. I like producing. I'm an actor in real life, okay? I don't need to fucking act on camera, really. That's just the truth. I think I've just been figuring it out a lot this year. I'm like, I know I want to go Marvel, but I don't love every piece of this, but maybe that's just chasing your goals. So that's that. This year, again, this was the year of persevering. That was big. It was hard because of the movie and because of everyone involved. Guys, I have been independently producing a Hollywood property with no financial backing for over 18 months. It takes an insane amount of grit. Over 18 months, like, dude, almost 2 years I've been producing this project. And we're at a great point. Don't get me wrong. We're like right there, close to getting the money, but it's just been persistence and perseverance. And that's what this year was. It was the year of perseverance. Went broke a bunch. When this project went industry, one thing that's helped me a lot is like being really honest with people and also posting these podcasts about the way I felt. Because this went industry and we started getting people involved, I felt like I couldn't really be honest about the process, which no bullshit killed me. Like somewhere along the way, when I felt like I was being honest about the things I was going through in this rise, it made me feel like no matter if I fucked up, if I was honest about it, it was helping people. I felt like I couldn't do that because I started involving more people in this. And I want to go back to just being fully honest about the rise and my goal to go Marvel. Even saying going Marvel, I'm like, fuck, how much more pain I got to deal with. But even getting on the Jumbotron yesterday, I was like, wow, like, think of all the work I had to front load on this project and all of the stuff I had to do when no one was seeing to get me to that point. It's going to be the same thing this upcoming year. So yeah, this was the year of perseverance, and I just need clarity again. I need clarity again. I said this in the last podcast last year. I had gotten clarity. I want to go see George Pratt, get really clear on my goals, what they look like, and then attack. And how do I do that? I need to get money, because that guy is not cheap, and money's just been evaporating from my hands this year. I'm going to sell my car when I get back to LA. That's a big thing. But that was, I had already said, a big thing this year was prioritizing learning, like really learning and trying to get better and smarter, and then searching for the growth. My friend Lance Tobin said this to me. He started out as like a basement promoter here. Oh, my shoulder. He started out as a basement promoter here in Brighton, and he's now like the head booking agent for the country of Bahrain. I actually trained him. And he was like, you always have to be searching for the growth. You always have to be searching for the growth. Where's the growth? Find it. That's been the biggest thing for me this year, is like, when I'm my happiest is when I'm growing the most. And when I'm growing the most is when I'm not succumbing to fear and I'm leaning into growth and I'm not getting complacent. So that was a big thing, especially for the end of this year. Search for the growth. Search for the growth. Like, guys, I worked at a maximal rate this year, nonstop, kept working, but I felt like I was running in circles, entrepreneurially, which is a terrible place to be, feeling plateaued and stagnant. I was like, wait, I need to search for the growth. How do I do that? I need to get new skills. How do I get new skills? I have to learn from people who have the skills. So I started doing jiu-jitsu, which I really enjoyed until my shoulder got fucking busted. But also I've been, again, doing audiobooks. I'll tell you guys, my girl occupied a lot of my brain this year. It did. It occupied a ton of my brain. And it was my own fault. I let that happen. Not that it was a bad thing, but it let me know, like, your significant other is a really big decision in your life. Like, you want to be with the right one because they're going to consume a big piece of you. That's just the truth. Naturally, we want to find someone we can have kids with and have a family with. And it just was a constant drama. And it was, one, because I loved her. I still love her. And two, I just feel like I couldn't let her go. And I do still love her, truthfully, because she made me feel super young. Like, she made me feel like a kid. But it occupied a lot of my brain, which really did pull from my focus. That's just blatantly, and it's no one's fault. It's my own fault. And I crashed out because of it. I crashed out this summer, bro. I did some stupid shit. Like, I posted a podcast of a conversation I had with my mom without her asking, because I was like, let me document this come up. It was just so stupid. Anyway, I crashed out. But do it again on paper, we smoked it this year. I pulled the castle off, finished the movie, got Dane in it, got the Kung Fu Panda guys on board. Went to Comic-Con, through tons of events. Comic-Con was one of the big ones. I feel like I slowly crept into the industry this year. But these boys better know I'm coming, bro. I'm coming, for real. I also got in phenomenal shape this year. And that's another thing. Dude, I went broke in July. And I tried to ask my mom for money. And she was like, no. So it forced me to start a training business. The training business has been fucking beautiful, bro. It's helping everyone. I really enjoy it because I'm going to train anyway. And I'm making good dough, bro. Again, I'm making, like, right now, I'm charging people $1,500 a month. Anywhere from $1,500 to, like, actually, excuse me, let's say $1,000 to $2,500 a month. And it's been great income, and it allows me to be flexible with all the producing. I really want to grow that business this year and automate it. So it's just like, I'm doing my job and I'm getting the bread and people are getting the results. The training business was so big this year, bro. I feel like I'm bleeding. So yeah, that's the big thing, was like, search for the growth, prioritize learning. Now look, I think I was in a bad mood a lot this year. That's the truth. Like, I come on here a lot and I'm like jovial, but the money shit really fucked me up, and it fucked me up the year before. I'm not going to do that again this year. I'm getting to the bag. I deserve it. I have the skills to do it, and I'm learning a lot about the law of reciprocity. Give, and givers will give back. Anyway, I want to talk about my goals for this upcoming year. Look at this blood. My goals for this upcoming year. Look, I need to stay imagining shit. I'm going to be the biggest ever out of Boston. I am. I say it. Sometimes I don't even believe it. But if you just kind of look, bro, I'm going. I'm only 29, bro. I'm only 29. I have 20 more years of this shit. Of, like, good prime career. And I already have so much fucking experience. Like, I'm going to be a fucking demon in my 30s. Let me tell you about my 20s. This is the end of my 20s. I want to live and crash out with some shorties this year, for sure. I want to travel. I want to experience life. And I also want major career growth. And I wonder if there's a trade-off here. But I do really want to experience life. I'm super work experienced in life. I have more work experience than anyone our age, but I lack real life experience in going to new places and communicating with new people, and that's something I want. And I'm not loving LA as much anymore. Like, I do really love the hustle and the game there. I don't know exactly what I want to do with the snake pit yet. Right now, I just feel like I've been keeping the snake pit going, but I know it gives us leverage, but it just felt stagnant, and I don't know which way to pull it. Anyway, I do want to live this being the last year of my 20s. I want to fuck around, and here are my career goals, okay? So One is get Never Trust a Dragon, the new name for Conrad the Last Offender, financed and in production, become a legit industry producer, and make it a legit industry product. I want to be in the industry. When people say, okay, Conor Holway is a real player in this industry. He's a producer. He's a big producer. He's a Boston guy. He puts on for his city. I want to continue to put on for the city. I want to produce the Robert Kelly Marvel short. The scope and the size of the project gets me excited from a producing standpoint because I want to be in a position to pitch this project to Marvel and then also get 3 A-list celebrities attached to the project. I want to get celebrities in the project. But I need help. But again, get Never Trust a Dragon financed and in production. We have a deal on the way with this company, Futuristic, and then produce the Robert Kelly Marvel short, shoot it in Boston, make it a Boston-based project, get 3 A-list celebrities attached to the project. That's in the film world. That's what I want. But I also want to get clarity, as I was saying. And then I want to make $250,000 a year, which I think is totally plausible from getting my producing fees this year. And then also from the personal training business. I can get the personal training to $150K this year, and I can easily make another $150 to $200K producing. Like, I could be a top 1% income this year if I just fucking execute. And that'll be a rags to riches story, bro. $0 to fucking $250. And then I want to do 1 amateur fight in jiu-jitsu or boxing. So again, the goals are get Never Trust a Dragon financed in production, finish it, send it off, produce the Robert Kelly Marvel short, make $250,000, do 1 amateur fight. Those are my 4 goals. Look, I say this every year. Having plans are great. When you write things down, you do get closer to them. I really enjoy human psychology and learning about myself. I want to get a psychology degree at some point too. But the one thing I can promise you guys is I will never quit. I think I'm going to go Marvel. And I think what's more realistic is I run from there at Boston and win. I do. I really love politics, bro. I love being the people guy. And I think I have the skills to help out this entire city. I don't know if I want to live here in the winter, but that's pretty much it. I feel like I have this negative tone. I'm not trying to. My voice is down, and we have a big event in about an hour. But yeah, I'm just never gonna quit. And I think next year I'll be 30 years old, and then my 20s will be done, and then we'll reassess everything. I won't quit though. It's been a fucking grind, and I feel like we're all figuring it out. Again, on paper, I'm a fucking savage winner. Like, or I was just on the fucking Jumbotron at Fenway, like, real talk. But imagine trying to pull off big shit, try shit, don't quit. Let's take a look at the permit in this thing. I like that.